You know what, Craig? I'm not going to pay you a single cent. How's that sound, Craig?
Why do you
That's
guys
right.
sound like SS officers?
Oh, we are SS officers.
Oh, Shane, we are SS officers.
Interesting.
SS for super sexy.
We are
Das ist meine
SSS.
sexy.
We are the super sexy soldiers.
Oh, God.
And we're coming for you, Shane.
Yes, Shane, but I cannot stress this enough, okay? We do not like the Jews.
This is true.
We do not like any of the juice. We do not like cranberry juice or orange
Don't we
juice.
like orange juice?
What about mountain juice?
Mountain juice?
It's not very spice fine.
On occasion.
It is how they say in my modern language.
It
Crap.
is spicy juice.
But it is the spiciest of all the juice.
So, do we like prune juice?
Yes, it's all, you know.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody to Hobby Homies.
Oh, no. Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
We have just lost 900 listeners.
Can we perhaps restart?
Yeah.
Let's start
Could we
over.
do,
Yeah.
Shane, could we do take backsies?
No take backsies.
He has not played his
Scheiße.
Uno reverse card. This is right. Yeah. So, welcome.
Welcome to Hobby Homies. We are your local board game and war game podcast.
Unless you're not close to us, in which case we are you're distant.
Very distant.
Very distant.
Like if you're in Belgium, couldn't
Hey,
be any more distant.
how far is Belgium? Let me look
I
for.
reckon you could be more distant.
Well,
Oh, I'm gonna look that up. He's basically our next door neighbor,
yeah.
and that's the podcast.
I'm waiting to hear how far Belgium is, dude. I'm intrigued.
Sorry.
You better be Googling.
I'm on it.
Yep.
You
You're on
take
it?
the reins. I'm on this.
All right, I'll take the reins. Okay, so yeah, we're your board game and war game podcast covering things like Warhammer, board games, RPGs, Star Wars Legion, and the likes. Today, we're going to the hobby corner. We're going to cover things like hobby burnout, more
Yeah.
particularly how to get over a slump when you're trying to get your hobby on. Things like this, you know, most of us are in isolation, in lockdown. You think you'd have no better time to hobby, no more excuses, you know, but some of us are struggling.
It's been an eye opener because I've had 2 weeks, I guess, off. No, I've had 1 week off work, and then 1 week where I was working from home, so I could have used my lunch breaks. And I've done very little, Shane. Very little.
Yeah, yep.
So I must, I have to chime in here and say that even myself, like I was planning on maybe sitting down and doing a bit of painting, and it just has not happened.
Nah.
So yeah,
I don't know. It's interesting, and it has been a bit of that, a bit of a hobby burnout and a bit of a hobby rut.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been doing little things, but nothing compared to like what I normally do. It's just weird. I don't know. And then you feel like you've wasted the whole day. You've done nothing.
Yeah. So we thought we'd center this episode around how to combat that and give you like some tools and tips and tricks of how Shane and myself deal with hobby burnout and getting stuck in your little, you know, if you lack motivation, there's some things you can do. That's
right. I've gotten together, you know, a couple of things that I normally try and do to get around it, and I'm sure you've done the same thing, Foxy.
I have indeed.
Sweet. I'm looking forward to hearing it. What have you been doing lately? You know, when you can actually build up the motivation.
So, my project at the moment has been. I mean, I've been floating between ideas and different armies. But what I've got on the table now is my big blob of Tyranids.
Oh yes.
Because they're the easiest for me to paint, and I want to get an army done soon because I've never had a fully painted army.
Yeah.
Never in my life.
No.
whereas you seem to have a few, and they look sick.
Well, I mean, depends how big you want to classify an army. Like,
That's true.
1,000 points probably.
Yeah,
I think that's my biggest one. That's like fully done.
But of Age of Sigmar and 40k though.
Oh yeah.
So you've done well.
True.
Whereas I think the most painted army I have at the moment is I'm just looking at my cabinet. I've got a cabinet where things can go when they're finished-ish, mostly finished. It's very empty. Maybe my Grey Knights. There's like 3 strike squads in there. So my Nids, I've got a little 10-man squad of Termagants I did contrast only, and they look sweet. So I figure they're the easiest to paint because I can just contrast them.
Yeah, true. So they're the blue ones, yeah?
Yeah. So I just did skeleton bone on the skin, Space Wolves grey on the carapace.
Yep.
And then the whatever that orange is.
Yeah.
Profound orange?
Something like that.
Anyways, it's for a little, 3-color minimum. So I've been trying to build my Tyranids.
Nice.
Get them ready for painting. Get them ready for a little 40k, 1k, 40k.
Yeah. That's it.
Which is something we'll talk about. Well, maybe we'll talk about that at the end of the episode.
Yeah, we'll say that to the end.
Yeah, all right. That's back pocketed. What have you been working on, dude?
Necrons, man.
Mm-hmm.
Since our game a few weeks ago, I've just been trying to pump out the Necrons. I managed to pick up 2 units of Wraiths and 2 units of Immortals for a pretty good deal. And they arrived just the other day. So I sort of started building them. I've built 1 unit of Immortals and a couple of Wraiths, but man, I'm just struggling. Like even just building them, like I'll get I build like half a model in a day.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm doing with the rest of my time.
Yeah.
I just like close my eyes and then it's like dark.
Yeah. The days have just been evaporating.
Yeah. It doesn't help that we lost that time with daylight savings and all that.
True. That's true.
Yeah.
Yes, it does feel like that. And it's not a good feeling.
No.
When you end the day and you're like, I did nothing. But again, that's the point of this episode. We'll hit on all that stuff. We'll give you tips. There's a few things I've tried even recently because as I was preparing for this episode, I was like, you know what? I don't do this tip enough. And I did it. And then I built all my neurothropes today. So
I'm excited to hear about that tip.
Yeah. Oh, that's a hot tip. That's a tip so hot we call it Satan's foreskin. So I posted.
Oh, I love it.
I posted on our Facebook page. It was a post called "Show Us Your Lockdown Projects."
Yeah, that's been going off a bit.
Yeah, people are getting amongst. In fact, what's this? Someone's written. I finally finished my 4.5k of World Eaters. Time to scale down and paint my first Necro gang.
Yeah.
Man, look at that army, dude.
I know, man. It's insane.
Damn, Kane, you've killed it, man. That looks sick.
Yeah.
Damn,
it's
4.5K.
mental.
See, I see stuff like that, and I'm like, that's why I want to actually fully paint an army, because it's just sitting all there.
Dude, they're based in everything. Like,
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
They're ready. He's got a few maulers there. Oh my god. Oh, I like the it's like a scorched earth, ashy kind of looking bloodletters. That's very sick.
Yeah, they look awesome.
That's awesome. I'm gonna give that a love heart. That is deserved. Oh. Someone else just liked that instantly. Is that
I've replied it.
Oh, really?
What are we liking?
Oh, no.
I liked it as Hobby Homies already and replied to him.
Oh, nice. That hasn't popped up on mine. Oh, there it is. Nice. That's an impressive feat there, my dude. Let's talk about feet, dude.
I'll just go to fb.me/hobbyhomies and see what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, fb.me/hobbyhomies, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's sick. I'm jealous. So yeah, we'll talk about that. We've also had something else exciting happening during the week.
We did?
And that's, last week we launched our Patreon page.
Oh, we did.
And we've got some Patreons, which it blows my mind.
I'm actually surprised.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But also just incredibly thankful to our patrons. So we want to make this clear every time we talk about Patreon is that we're never going to put our content, so our podcasts and our videos, behind a paywall. Never.
No.
However, we are going to try and make it exciting for the Patreon or the patrons.
Patrons, yep.
The patrons of our Patreon. So the way they interact with the content will be different. Eventually we might do, if we get to a couple of our goals, we'll do live podcasts. So as we're recording like this very episode, for example, our patrons will be able to jump into this same channel and listen and type questions and interact with us.
Yeah, it'll be like a stream almost. So we'll be able to answer questions whenever they arise. And people might be able to throw bits of information into our conversation, like we can use that as well. So that's actually really exciting. I'm looking forward to that when that happens.
Yeah, that'll be very cool. That's our $50 Patreon goal.
Yeah.
And we're at 32, which is crazy.
Yeah, not bad.
When we're like, I wonder how far it is from Geelong to Belgium. Someone might be like, hey guys, just off the top of my head, I think it's about 16,583 kilometers, for example.
Give or take one or 2 kilometers.
It depends which side of Geelong you're on. And so that's a benefit as well.
That's many kilometers.
So I want to give some shout outs.
All right.
Because our patrons of our Patreon deserve
your
that very thing.
on Patreon.
Well, I'm glad you chimed up, Churchy, because you're our first one.
Oh.
And we want to thank you for...
No, thank you.
No, thank you, dude.
No, thank you for making such a cool podcast, guys.
No, thank you for helping us record it.
You guys can kiss later.
Okay, we'll kiss after. That's fair. Thank you for being an OG homie, Jack. We will get right on one of the rewards for the tier that you've selected, as you know, is that we will I'll paint, Shane will base a mini for you and send it to you. We're not going to send it to you because you live so close to us. I'm going to drive it. I'm going to drive it to your house and put it on your doorstep.
Personal delivery. Whew.
Yeah, like a cat leaving a dead bird. That is my gift to you.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. I also want to thank. We've got 2 of our mid-tier, our main homies. Yep. I'm pretty sure these aren't their real names. And if they are, I'm sorry. You have amazing names. Thank you, Rock Lobster.
Wow.
And Alex Johnson. The only reason I say that is because I'm pretty sure that's a footballer. But, it might be a real person. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Another reason I say that is because I don't see anyone in our Facebook called Alex. Maybe you only listen to our podcast, Alex, in which case, thank you. I've got my hands in the air in a praying, what do you call that? Formation. And I'm thanking you humbly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lobster. Thank you, Johnson. Our final thank you goes to one of our OG homies, the Belgian man himself, Final Dinosaur.
Which I don't think is his real name either.
This one I think actually is.
Oh, okay.
I think he's like the last surviving dinosaur.
Thank you, Mr. Dinosaur.
Yeah. So it's an honor to have the final dinosaur listen to our podcast, let alone become one of our OG homies. And he is one of our OG homies. He's been here I think from the start. He found us real early and he's been listening consistently. So Final Dinosaur, we thank you. Let us know what color scheme you want on your mini. Now, normally we don't ship these minis internationally.
No.
If you're Australia, New Zealand, we'll send our painted mini to your door for free. Final Dinosaur, because you're our very first OG, that isn't Jack, but you are, one of our big fans. And we appreciate you. We will do this one for you for free. Anyone else international that wants that same thing, you just pay the difference.
Yeah, we'll talk about it when it happens.
Yeah. Depends how we're feeling at the time, how many beers we've had.
I've had 12 beers and I feel generous. This one,
you know what? I'm going to send you a computer. Not a good one, but it's a computer. So thank you, patrons. We've got big goals we want to do. We want to film. We just want to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You guys help keep the lights on, as they say. I'm in a room that doesn't have a working light. So I guess that means we need more patrons.
Yeah, one of my lights is busted as well.
Yeah, it's just these old, you know,
Wait,
it's
Shane,
tough when you're outside.
Do you have working lights, Shane?
Well, I mean, I don't want to brag, but yeah.
Oh, lucky time. Mr.
Fancy.
Gated community-wide privilege lights.
Yep. You know, when you live out in Truganina, you've got electricity.
Oh, my goodness. I bet he's got 65-watt lights too. I bet they're booming.
Yeah, they're what? No, not natural daylight.
Oh, it's true. Are you getting a tan from your lights, dude?
I am.
Damn. Okay. Look at this guy, Churchy. Get a load of this guy. Mate, I don't see you on that Patreon page. Yeah. Maybe my $200 goal can be buy working electricity for Fox.
New light for Churchy, working electricity for Fox. Sounds good.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
So thank you to our patrons. If you want to find more information about our Patreon page, our Facebook page, our YouTube, our Discord.
Yeah, Discord's sort of going.
They're all in each other.
Yeah.
So you can find...
Facebook's probably the hub. Go to Facebook and then you'll find everything else from there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is, once again, Churchy, can we get that?
That's fb.me/hobbyhomies.
Excellent.
Very nice.
You should do voiceovers.
I mean, maybe.
Well, all right. Well,
Shane, how do we fight off this overwhelming sense of lack of motivation for our hobbies? How do we do it?
That's what I've been asking myself all day.
All day and also for 5 years.
Yeah. Almost, yeah.
Have you got some tips that work for you?
I've got a couple of things. How I get around it normally is I'll bounce between 2 or 3 different projects.
I see.
But it's difficult because it's a fine line. And if you're juggling too many, you'll find you've got no motivation to do any of them. You know, like you'll pull out your AdMech, your Chaos, your Necrons. This is exactly my table right now. And you're looking at it and you're like, where do I start? Right?
Yeah.
So, you know, take away 1 and then you're left with 2 and hopefully you can pick from there. It doesn't always work. Sometimes I just say, no, stuff it, and I'll just go do something else. But most of the time I can narrow it down. And I'll even just say, no, I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to do it. And I'll pick one of them and go from there. Normally it'll be the one that's like the most far behind. I'll try and like catch them all up to where they are. So if I've got like 1,000 points of each, I'll bring up the one that's like the lowest.
Okay.
Yeah. But like some people get the idea where if they're struggling to do what they've got, they'll start a new project. Not going to name names. But one guy right now in this chat room, renowned for
it.
Is his name Fox?
It's Craig.
Yes.
Oh, what?
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 It's you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. See, I've done that a couple of times, but it makes it worse for me. Like it's just like adding to the pile of shame.
Yeah.
You know. So that's another thing you got to be careful of. Like, it's funny when you know at the start of the year, GW were pushing their New Year, New Army thing. And I was like, oh man, like so many people are just going to get sucked into that, buy new armies, and then again at the end of the year, I'll get a new army, and just it's very counterproductive. I think.
I think so. It's funny because as you were like, oh man, people are going to get sucked into this, I was probably hitting you up being like, did you see GW's new idea? I'm thinking about getting a new army.
Dude, you were talking about getting Carriage-on Overlords.
No, you're wrong. I did get Carriage-on Overlords. I got one box of the dudes. I used their backpacks for my Skaven, and that was the end of them.
Well, at least they were useful in some way.
At least I used them, yeah.
And another thing that I like to do is I like to set little challenges for myself. So a little while ago, I was off. I had like a week off, and I was like, I'm going to do. It was a fucking month, right? So I was like, I'm going to do 10 minis in 20 days, and if I get any more done than that, I'm laughing. Yeah. And I smashed through that. I think I got to like 18 in the 20 days. So I was nearly doing one a day, which, like I do a basic tabletop. I don't go like above and beyond, but you end up putting like 4 or 5 hours into each model.
Yeah.
That adds up real quick. So that's one thing that I like to do. Also, I write like, I've got a little whiteboard and I'll write like different things on there, like 10 little like, I suppose you call them like objectives, right? So I'll have like tabletop, my death marks or something. And as soon as I've done it, I'll cross it off with a big red bloody whiteboard marker. And that's actually really satisfying when you cross something off the list. So that works for me to get through.
But, I bet.
Lists are amazing. Having something to like physically look at and then cross off and then like tick the box,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually scrolling through some of our Discord chats today, and I saw you talking about it. It must have been in the Age of Sigma one. Yes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
You said it was great to watch the progress. I was scrolling up, and there's just like all your liberators. Oh, there's a Sky Dwarf, there's a Caradron Overlord I painted.
Which chat is that in?
In our Age of Sigma general chat.
Oh yeah.
And then you go 5-man Liberator squad finally done. I said, oh, baby. Then Rory sent some. And then, it was just watching your progress. And then at the end, you said, consider this challenge slayed.
It was slayed.
But it was just cool to watch that progress, man. You did slay it.
Yeah.
They looked phenomenal. And that was your challenge. That was your list.
Yeah.
You were checking it twice. Checking how many golden boys were naughty or nice. Or in your case, silver boys.
Silver boys. Yeah. What's fill me in on your little tips and tricks to get around hobby burnout?
Well, something I discovered is I was going to write, a few lists stuff down. I mean, a list of my top tips.
Yeah.
And one of them was create a list and set yourself goals. But then I was like, you know what? That doesn't really work for me. And then I sort of noticed that, I guess as it is with all things, not everything fits everyone,
Yeah, that's right.
So like some people are going to benefit from some of your tips. Some of them are going to be listen to my tips and go, no, I've tried that. That doesn't work.
Yeah, definitely.
This is just what gets me and Shane going. Hopefully you can hear some of these, and maybe, most of them are common sense, I think. But just hearing them again, like as I was writing the list, I was like, you know what? I need to do that again. It's just a good reminder.
Yeah. And you know what? If any of the listeners have their own methods that work for them, let us know. Like, email us, let us know in the Discord or Facebook. Just like comments on anything, even if it's unrelated, and we'll see it. I want to know what kind of things that you guys do to get around hobby burnout and feeling overwhelmed or that sort of stuff. So
we definitely need more, because even the ones I have, I can lather, rinse and repeat, but eventually I'm gonna need to freshen it up,
Yeah.
I think the most important thing that I've learned or looked back on and gone, man, I wish I had thought about this earlier. And that's just do something.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how small it is. It's kind of like death by 1,000 cuts. If you build 2 models today and that's all you do, you might be like, oh man, I wish I had built more. Yeah. But if you have 10 days in the year where you only built 2 models as opposed to 0, how many days did I say? 10? You've got 20 models extra built a year,
Yeah.
It adds up is what I'm saying. So just do something. But you might be sitting there listening going, yeah, but what? If I don't feel like doing anything, it doesn't matter how small it is. What do I do? So I got 3 tips, 3 things that sort of help me fight off this hobby hole. My first and my most tried and true method is clear and organize your hobby space.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. You know that I did this the other day because I sent you pictures. I actually, my wife is most displeased, but I cleared out our linen cupboard. It's one of those like DIY flat packed ones.
Oh, yeah, like an IKEA or Kmart special in the box.
Totally. Yep, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Cleared it out, took all the linen, put it in the back room. It's just sitting there loose in the spare room. And then I took the cupboard and put it in the shed.
Nice.
And so I had a bit of a spring clean, I did a big clean down. So I organized all my paints into like different brands, different colors. I cleaned my desk down. I organized my shelf. I packed things away. Big projects that I'm like, I'm not going to touch those for a while. Get them out of sight. But I mean, it can be, when you do it, it can be something small. It can just be, today I'm just going to arrange my paints in color,
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just going to be, I'll clean my brushes. Maybe I'll just, whatever I've got on my table that I don't think I'll do next time, I'll pack it all up, just reset the table so you've got a nice space to work with. It's good because the next time you go and do hobby, you're working in a clean space and that feels better. But also sometimes just doing that, it compounds, it snowballs, and then you start to get in the hobby mood. So it's win-win. Or worst case scenario, at least it's clean and organized.
That works for me as well. I actually started doing that before we started recording. I was cleaning off my desk because I had everything on my desk. I had AdMech stuff, Necron stuff.
Yep.
So I'm just going to put it all away and then just drag out bits and pieces when I need them or when I want to do that.
Totally.
So yeah.
It's a tried and true. It's good. It works. I did it the other day, and that's what made me pull out all the NIDs, sort of get them organized. And similar to this, I guess, original point of just do something.
Yeah.
On the first day, I just glued a couple arms onto the Tyranid warriors. And then the second day, which was this morning, I only had like 2 more warriors to sort of like super glue back together.
Yeah, nice.
And then once they were done, I was like, I posted it in the Facebook and sort of said, look, if I manage to get these zone/neurothropes built today, it will have been a successful day. And then I actually did it.
So good.
But that kind of goes into my tip number 2, which is divide and conquer. Sometimes I've got all my NIDs set up on my table. And if I look at all of them sitting there, different stages, some are new on sprue, some are unbuilt, I kind of get overwhelmed and I do nothing.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what is building 3 zoanthropes going to do for this whole army? It's a drop in the ocean. It's a grain of sand on the beach, man. It's nothing.
Yeah, that's it.
So what I did is I grabbed all my neurothropes and zoanthropes, which were already sort of half built. I built the chests, tails, and heads separately. Yeah. So all I had to do is like glue all those 3 pieces together. But there is 12 of them. So it's decent. I took it into my living room and I sat there while the wife watched, I don't know, God knows what. And I just super glued these things together. And because that's all I had in front of me, it was so much easier to do. Whereas if I had to try to do them out here on my hobby table, it would have just been like, I don't know, probably a bit overwhelming. So I would recommend divide and conquer. Put everything on a separate table and whatever you want to work on. If it's 2 models, if it's 5 models, just do something.
Yeah.
Heck, if it's put a cardboard box over 90% of your, like flip it over, put it on 90% of your other models just so you can only see your 10 or whatever. That's whatever it takes.
Be careful doing that though, because if the wife's carrying something heavy, she'll come in and she'll see an empty spot on the table and she'll put it on top of the cardboard box.
Ugh, hey man, lock it away. Lock those models away.
Yeah.
And my last tip is, this is where we try and like outflank our brain. We're going to try and trick our brain. And this is when I really want to do hobby in my mind. Like I actually want to get stuff done, but I have zero motivation.
Yeah.
So I have to trick my brain. My hobby space is already clean. That didn't work. I've divided and conquered. I've only got 5 models in front of me. Still not feeling it. That didn't work. What I do is I set up what I want to paint or do now and then take a break. So like, for example, if I want to build, I'll grab out my sprues that I want to build, the super glue, the scalpel, the clippers, put it all there, go for a walk. It doesn't matter if I come back to it a day later.
Okay.
Same with my paints. If I want to paint something, I'll grab the models I want to paint, pick out the paints I want to use, grab a fresh pot of water, pick out the brushes, make a little wet palette, but not put water on it. Just leave it all there. So, because for a lot of people, the setup is a hurdle.
Yeah, that's true. If you can't have something set up all the time, that's the biggest deterrent. Is knowing, I've got to spend all this time getting everything out of the cupboard, making another wet palette. Yeah. I understand that.
Maybe you want to paint, but you don't want to pull out the paintbrushes, pick the colors, get the models on the table, make the airbrush, the wet palette, or set up the airbrush or whatever it is.
But what's keeping you the next day rolls around or whatever, and what's keeping you from not wanting to paint or build or whatever you had set up the day before and getting something else?
Yeah,
and then basically you're like back in the circle again. You know what I mean? You're like you pack all that away. You go, no, I want to do this, and you pull all that out, and then the next day comes around.
Totally.
You go, what was I thinking? And pack all that away, and you fucking pull something else out again.
Yeah. I'm glad you asked, dude, because this is the point too that I actually didn't write down, so I probably would have forgotten it. But you're so right. So, for example, if I want to paint my NIDs, maybe I've got 3 warriors or say 10 warriors, whatever. Got them on the table, grabbed all my paints, got my little station set up, and I'm like, I'll try and hit these tomorrow. So I go for a walk, I forget about it, whatever. Tomorrow rolls around, I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't even know if I feel like painting NIDs.
Exactly,
yes. So what I'll do is I'll start digesting content about NIDs. So I'll listen to Tyranid lore videos. I'll watch a couple Tyranid battle reports.
Yeah.
I'll just try and like force my brain. Oh, that's uncommon.
What is that?
I mean, that's my doggo. Who's your good puppy?
Who's your good puppy?
Bailey? No. She's actually usually unconscious for the length of our podcast.
Not now, she's not.
But someone's walked past our house with the doggo and she's just gone. She's gone Fenrisian wolf on us.
Is it that, or does she know?
Asleep.
She know you're talking shit about NIDs?
Yeah, true. She's like, you haven't painted any of those. So yeah, that's what I do. I sort of like, I remind myself through content online what I love about NIDs. Yeah. So whether that's listening to lore or just looking at, sometimes I'll just look at pictures.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. I try and hype yourself up to want to paint NIDs.
Yeah, and because you need to. The thing is, you can't, with all these tips, it's not good to force yourself to do hobby, because that will, I feel like, increase your burnout next time potentially. If you're making it a chore, you're not gonna enjoy it.
Nah.
I mean, sometimes that works. Like if you find, you force yourself to do it this time, and the fact that you've painted 10 things and now they're finished, that motivates you for next time. Great, do that.
Yeah.
But if you're finding turning it into a chore is no bueno, pack it away. Take a break. Let my dog go psycho. Whatever you got to do. What are you trying to say?
Dog for a walk.
Be human. Be human. What do you mean? Guys, I'll be right back.
If you would like to Learn more about Hobby Homies. Please visit their Facebook page at fb.me/Hobby Homies. From there, you will be able to find links to all of their associated social media accounts and their Discord channel.
Shane left as well, didn't he?
Yes.
I didn't go anywhere.
And they're back.
Shane.
Yeah.
So we've talked about a few different tips on how to conquer hobby burnout.
That's right.
I think one of the best ones, which I half alluded to in my last tip, is to digest content as you're hobbying or to motivate yourself to hobby.
Yes. Yep.
What are your top 2 go-to, I'm going to say YouTubers or podcasts, whatever, that you like to watch, listen to, that isn't Hobby Homies while you hobby or motivate yourself to hobby?
That's a good question.
Thank you. Thank you. No one notices.
I have a few sort of go-tos that I like to put on. First one's probably Tabletop Minions. So Uncle Adam.
Yep.
He doesn't sort of do any like how-to guides or anything like that. It's more like he'll talk about other related things that aren't building and painting. But all his videos are so knowledgeable and well put together that you just have the playlist going. It covers things like how to get your friends and family into, wargaming, or what kind of wargaming systems that, is for you, all that sort of stuff. Another one's probably Miniac. Scott the Miniature Maniac. His channel. Yeah, he does the opposite. He does a lot of how-to guides, wet blending, and all that sort of stuff. Again, all brilliant. And probably the last one would be Luke's APS. He does a lot of terrain building, basing, not so much miniature painting. Mostly, your basing and terrain building. He does like these awesome like builds on Kill Team boards. He does I think he's got like a 5 or 6 part series on like one Kill Team board that he built, and it's just phenomenal. Oh man, the detail he puts in there is just absolutely unreal.
I can see him being a guy.
He's my man. Yeah. So they're my 3 that I go to. I try and find other podcasts to listen to as well. There's one called Lorehammer, which go figure what it's about. That covers all things lore in the Warhammer 40k universe.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Wouldn't have thunk it.
Nah.
Yeah. But man, they're sort of my go-tos. I try to watch like movies or Netflix or whatever, but if I'm painting, I find myself either too engaged in what I'm watching and not painting enough, or painting too much and not knowing what's going on in the TV or movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I normally just go put something on that I can just purely listen to or like glance up from time to time. Yeah. How about yourself, man? What kind of content do you like to gorge yourself on to get into it?
I like definitely the first 2 that you mentioned. Uncle Atom from, what's his channel's name?
Tabletop Minions.
Tabletop Minions. That's right. Yeah. He seems like a very. I feel like as a younger hobbyist, we're like 30-ish.
Yeah.
I look up to him and go, damn, I hope I'm that cool when I'm. Cool's not the right word. I hope I'm that self-aware and confident in my hobby world at that age,
Yeah. Well, he's not old, but he's probably like, at a guess, he'd have to be like mid-40s or late 40s, I reckon.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. But I'm just like, it's so cool that our hobby is timeless, Yeah,
definitely.
And he just seems to have found his zen. He's found his place with hobby, and he's passing that knowledge on. Yeah, it's just a sick channel. And his content is so good. It's always different as well. I think I've watched probably all of his videos.
Yeah. Oh, I think I've done the same, and like multiple times too.
Yeah. They're just golden, and he just puts them together so well that there's always a nugget in there or something relevant to you, even if he's talking about a system that you're not in, or I don't know. Yeah, that's real cool. And also, Miniatures Maniac, and also Squidmar.
Oh yeah, I was actually watching one of his videos today.
Yeah. He's very cool. He's very cool.
Emil?
He actually Emil, yeah.
Yeah.
And he actually did a video with Miniac.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the engagement that all these YouTubers have with each other.
Yeah.
Uncle Adam from Tabletop Minions, he gets I've just blanked on his name.
Oh dear.
Sam Lenz, Painting with the Pro, Sam Lenz.
Oh yeah. He does. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll come in and he'll do a few like painting videos on Uncle Adam's channel, because that's Tabletop Minions channel.
Yeah.
He's such an insane painter, man.
Oh man. Yeah. So yeah, Squidmar's insane as well. I think Squidmar mentioned, I don't know if it was Squidmar or Miniac, but one of them hasn't been doing it very long, and it does not warrant. There's no reason they should be as good as they are, except for passion. You know.
I think Squidmar is the one because he got back into it. I think that's the story. Like he was into it, and when he was like a kid, like maybe like early teens, and then got out of it, and then as an adult got back into it again. I think that's his story. But you look at his models, and you think he's been painting like his whole entire life.
Yeah.
You'll find a lot of miniature painters do have an artistic sort of background, whether it's their profession or something. Like, because I know I'm pretty sure he's a graphic designer or a photographer or something. He's like one of the two.
Something where color and how that works.
Yeah. He's not like, I suppose, the majority who do their day job something different. When you've got that sort of background thing.
Yeah. The one that I've probably watched the most recently, or I would say the one that I actually use their content the most, is, now I want to say this right, because at the start of all these videos he says his name so fast, but it's Juan Hidalgo, and I don't know how to pronounce it correctly.
That sounds pretty good.
Juan Hidalgo.
Juan?
Miniatures. That's his channel. I've linked it now, Discord before. I'll link it on all of our socials again, because what I like as a contrast painter myself, he has an insane series called Heavy Contrast. In fact, I think we've spoken about it in length on one of our earlier episodes.
Maybe. Was that our painting episode, maybe?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. So he has an Heavy Contrast series where he uses contrast paints primarily to paint things to a heavy metal standard, which is Games Workshop's magazine standard, I suppose.
Their patented painting process.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously not patented too hard, because old mate's using the Heavy Contrast name. But it's awesome. That's what I use for my Space Wolves.
Yeah.
But he uses contrast in a way that's exciting. So like, he won't just use the Space Wolves contrast paint to paint his Space Wolves, for example. He'll use 1/3 Space Wolves grey. He'll use 1/3. What was that blue you gave me? I've still got it. It's a glaze. Gilliman blue.
Yeah, maybe.
1/3 Gilliman blue, and then 1/3 Apothecary white, and he'll make a mix of that, and he'll do 2 coats of it, and that's space. And the blue is perfect.
Yeah,
it's and the way you can tell he's phenomenal at it, because when I paint my guys with 2 coats, it looks good, but it's a little patchy because contrast pulls in some spots. But the way he handles it in his videos, insane.
Oh yeah.
And the most recent one, which I've been super excited for, is his Heavy Contrast Death Guard Marines. Well, it's Death Guard Plague Marine.
He only uploaded that recently, yeah?
6 days ago. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Hot press.
In fact, looking through, I'm just on his channel now, of his last 10 videos, it's the second most played one.
Oh, wow.
And it's only been up 6 days. And it's insane.
Yeah.
Do yourself a favor, and even if you don't do Death Guard, it gets you creative in the way you use your contrast, because he has one contrast paint that he uses, which is, I think it's 50-50 off the top of my head. I can't remember. I think it's Militarum green and Nazdrag yellow.
Okay, yeah.
Mixed together. So if you're doing a whole army like I will, I'm going to use this exact contrast scheme on my Death Guard. You'll put it in a pot, drop a bottle or whatever. And then at the bottom of all the shading, he uses like some contrast paint that I don't own, just like an orange or a red. It's like Troll Fire Slayer. Troll Slayer.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever it's called. It's like a reddy orange.
Yeah.
And at the top he uses camo something. What's it called? It's a green, and it's got this insane contrast of like a green to a muted green to an orange.
Yeah.
On every panel, and I'm just like, I wouldn't think to do that. I mean, I'm not a good painter, so of course not. But yeah, anyways, his whole series is just like he's got his Gene Stealer cults look insane. Yeah, I don't know. It just all looks great. He's got regular ones as well for regular paints, like bone armor and even basing, crackle paint and desert dunes, and yeah.
Oh, crackle paint. That's one thing that it's been hit and miss for me. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, he just has such a. I mean, you've got so many videos that I just find like whatever I'm doing, like if I want to do a bone color or I want to do like a ghostly color, I can just scroll through his videos. And, I find they're easy to find and hit up.
Yeah, that's so good.
He's sort of my go-to. If I want to like actually get something from a video that I'm going to apply to my minis, it's him. If I want like entertainment just to be in the hobby mood, it's, like Squidmar and Miniac and Uncle Adam. And
yeah.
Also, I'm interested to see where Duncan goes with his new series.
Yeah, I think he's doing a paywall in it though. Like it's like you got to buy his Duncan Rose masterclass or something to get a lot of it. Yeah, which I mean, I understand why, because he needs to make a living. Yeah, but if he puts, I mean, he might. At this rate, it's been one episode a week he's been putting on YouTube for free. I don't know what his other website is like. I haven't signed up for that. If there's a trial or something, I might check it out. I might see what it's like, because Duncan's pretty informative with his teachings in his episodes. Yeah, so that would be interesting.
That they're going to be well put together. And I think it's great to support. So obviously we've got a Patreon, I think it's good to support people that you actually like get a lot of stuff from. It's interesting that he puts some things through a paywall, but I think that's pretty standard in the industry. You look at like Mini Wargaming and
they've got their vaults,
and Bobby Boucher.
Kenny Boucher.
Sorry. Kenny Boucher.
Bobby Boucher is probably his porn star name.
No. That's someone's actual. That's like a
Big Bobby Boucher.
My Bobby ain't playing no foosball. Is that Adam Sandler's name? And it is. It's Bobby. Yeah.
Is that Adam Sandler's name?
In the Water Boy.
Bobby Boucher. Pretty good.
Yeah. Robert Boucher Jr. Bobby Boucher.
All right.
My Bobby ain't playing no foosball. Did they ever find that gorilla that got out and punched you in the eye? No, mama. The search continues. Yeah, it's you should watch The Water Boy. That's good.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it. Yeah,
that's good hobby motivation for you.
It's been so long.
But there is bulk content out there for people to.
I suppose they need to do it, because like people think that YouTubers make like millions of dollars a year, and
no, unless you're PewDiePie or
but even then, it's not just through YouTube; it's through like endorsements and that.
Totally.
And like you think of in our hobby, I reckon. Oh man, at a guess, I think Miniac's got 160,000 subscribers, and he has to be up there in the top. You know what I mean? Like,
definitely.
This is a niche hobby. He's not going to get 1 million subscribers, or like you think of like, I mean, PewDiePie. How many has he got? Probably 10 million at a guess.
What, mate?
PewDiePie's got over 100 million subscribers.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he's got
Jesus
105 million, I
Christ.
think. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't watched him since I was I don't know, 18 or something like that. But anyway.
You know what? This is a separate issue, but he has grown with his audience, and I froth some PewDiePie content.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason he's got 105 million.
True. That's true.
What were you saying, Jack?
Yeah, I was just saying, Pewds is good. Pewds is wicked these days.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sick. It's mostly memes, to be honest. So, I mean, how can you go
about
wrong?
the memes.
Meme review. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
So subscribe to PewDiePie, guys.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Miniac has 170,000 subscribers. But I mean, even then, man, I don't think, from what I see, that he puts ads on his videos.
Yeah. No, I don't think he does. I know he's got a painting class thing, but I think it's like an in-person thing, man. And it's like maybe like $100 a head. So that's not, he's not making bank off that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
He made a miniature which he sells, but yeah. Even most of these YouTube miniature painters and stuff, they still work a day job. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't really know many of them that don't.
Or they'll do like commission painting as their thing. Yeah. But Duncan does have some free content as well, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. Like I think he's been putting one episode out a week.
Yeah, see, that's sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I think and it's quite diverse because hang on, is this him? No, that's a different Duncan. I was like 1.8 million subs. It's some guy doing Minecraft videos, which is, free money.
Yeah.
So his is Duncan Rhodes Paint Academy.
Yeah.
For reference,
has he got?
So he's got 71,000.
Okay.
Which is half as much as Miniac, which kind of blows my mind because, Duncan is Warhammer painting. But he's sort of only just gone out on his own.
I wouldn't be surprised if people don't even know that he's gone out on his own yet.
That's true. It might take a while.
Yeah.
But he's got quite a repertoire. He's got a Sister of... what is it? Sisters of Battle?
Sister of Battle, yeah.
Yeah. He's got an Imperial Stormtrooper, a German Grenadier, and a Lannister Guardsman. So he's really hit 4 different systems on his 4.
So good, yeah. I watched his Sister of Battle was his first episode, and man, it was like GW miniature, GW paints, GW brushes.
Yeah.
The only thing he wasn't using was one of those palette pads. He was using like a plate. So I'm glad that he's got something from each different game system almost.
Totally. I like his logo, man. I just like that. I don't know. There's something pleasing about his blue, green, orange. If you get a chance to go to YouTube, it's like Hobby Homies, man. It's like our logo. Simple. So yeah, hopefully listening to podcasts, possibly our own or others. What are some good other podcasts? I'm not a huge podcast listener, believe it or not.
I listen to a few. I mean, we started this podcast as something that other people could listen to when they're painting because, we all know most of the time it's a pretty solitary thing. So if you can tuck something on and you can, have a beer while you're doing it, listen to other people doing the same thing.
Yeah.
It was sort of that encouragement. But I don't listen to many miniature or hobby related podcasts. I've listened to a few, but nothing that really sticks and I'll listen to consistently.
Yeah. I mostly just do YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Hey, we have a YouTube as well, by the way, for all those like us that listen to stuff on YouTube. You can find us at, you can just search Hobby Homies.
That's it.
That's all there is to it.
That's all you'll find.
Yeah, we're the first result. In fact, hold up. There's a second Hobby Homies here.
What? How many subs do they have?
None, but they did a video 1 week ago. Is this a lawsuit on our hand?
We haven't trademarked anything, dude.
Don't say that in the episode. Now we're gonna have to pay someone $1 billion for our name. Hey, we'll look into that. We'll get our lawyers onto that. Jack, can you look into that?
He's a sound guy and our lawyer.
Sound
I'm on
guy,
it.
lawyer combo extraordinaire.
Cease and desist. Slap that on there.
Yeah.
So search up Hobby Homies and click the one that has more than one video on it.
Yeah.
It's got our logo on it, so that's good. So yeah, we got YouTube.
But how do they know what your logo looks like?
True.
They're only listening to you right now, folks.
I'll try and describe it to you. Imagine a capital
In detail,
H,
please.
but it's in green, and it's followed by a big round circle, which is again also green. Now, imagine two B's, not the insect, the letter, also green. I assumed when they clicked on our Spotify or whatever, it had our logo on it too. But
Hopefully.
if not, you'll know.
Yeah, you'll know.
Because one's a podcast and one's a video series on very easy, cheap, automated Bell siphon build, Aquaponics Anonymous.
Jesus. Okay.
This actually looks good. Give me
Don't
2
say
minutes
that.
and 24 seconds.
Going to subscribe?
I just did. Subscription added. Oh, wait, this was under the Hobby Homies page. Oh, so we're all subscribed on this blessed day. So, yeah, we go to YouTube. We keep our videos there. We're hoping if our Patreon kicks off, and we're able to cover the cost of our podcast, that we can move across and start making time for some video content.
Yeah. I've got a lot of stuff that I want to do as far as videos goes. Plus, we'd love to do a bat rep.
Yes. We want to start our little 1K, 40K league.
Yeah. It would be so good to have a sort of a series going on that 1K, 40K where we could build an army, paint an army, and then play a few games and hopefully rinse and repeat with a new one.
Yeah, that would be cool. Hopefully, the 1K, 40K league will tie in nicely for the actual 40K Geelong league that we're playing in, which is 1.5K.
Yeah.
So you and me can play around and do battle reports with this 1,000 points, and then for this other league, we can just throw in an extra 500 and play around with that.
Hells yeah.
Hopefully, we can get some other homies keen, because 1,000 it's a good number. It's still ambitious, if you don't have anything, it's a bit of a workup, but sometimes it's good to have those goals.
That's right. Well, Harrison shared all his Tau, and he's got nearly 1K.
Yeah. I told him if he buys another HQ for under $30, he'll have 1,000 points, and it will be a tournament legal. He'll be able to put him in a battalion.
A battalion, nice.
So he'll get his 8 CP and be able to rock some stuff.
Oh yeah.
So good. And with Tabletop Simulator, he can, he doesn't have to go out and buy it. He can go test a few different HQs. And
yeah, that's right.
That's a good thing. And that's another thing we're trying to start as well. Get a bit of TTS going.
Yeah, in our Discord, we've got a whole TTS channel where we'll eventually start streaming some games so people can tune in and watch that. And there's another channel there for like a LFG looking group. So if you want to play a game and none of your mates are free or whatever, just jump on there and see if anyone else is around.
That's a good idea.
I'll have to play some games.
Yeah, we'll have to hit that up soon. We'll get Churchy in.
Yeah, man.
A lot of tournament games are 2,000 points as well, so we can do like 2v2s with our little 1K points, That'd be fun. Anyway, we got
you for a second.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's all right.
I'm still here. It's just dark. That's why you lost me.
Oh, okay.
Some of us don't have lights.
True.
Yeah, Shane. Man, you're such a light shamer. So yeah, we got heaps. We got tons of things we want to do: live podcasts, videos, basing and painting guides, and we also want to film us creating those miniatures for the OG homies that we're making for Churchy and for Final Dinosaur. We want to film a little bit of that. That'd be cool.
That would be so cool.
And again, we're not Squidmar. We're not Juan
Hidalgo? No.
We're not. But we'll do our best. We'll do our darn tootinest.
Yeah, we've got our patented amateur quality here at Hobby Homies, so we'll try and employ that onto your miniature, painted as you please. At this stage, it's just going to be a Space Marine intercessor or something like that.
Yeah, one of them easy to build boys because we have to front the cost of the minis. So we're not buying you a knight or a Baneblade or nothing.
No, sorry, we can't. Yeah, can't buy an Imperial Knight. But yeah, we just want to build it, as more like a display sort of thing. If you want to field it in your army, then sweet. If you want to just throw it in the cabinet with the rest of them, why not?
Yeah. If you want to throw it in the bin, we understand. If you want to tear the mini off the base and use the base for something good, I understand. We will have taken photos. What's that?
I'm losing you guys. Something's going on.
How are you going, Churchy?
I'm fine. I've got you both.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm okay. I'm all right. Yeah, I'm okay.
Discord, man.
Hello. Is there anybody out there?
Once again, I want to thank our patrons because this is our first week of having it. So thank you so much.
Talk me through the tiers there of Patreon.
Yeah, I will.
True.
I will, Yak.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we have our $1 tier, which is, if you listen to our content and you want to support us, you don't really care too much about what you get out of it. You just want to throw us a coin.
Yeah.
You want to every 3 months you want to buy us a beer.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. The $1
absolutely.
tier, you'll have all the access to anything we put on the Patreon page. If we do live Patreon streams, podcasts, anything that gets the patrons in there, you'll be in there. The next tier up is the $5 tier, which actually gives you, we do monthly giveaways here at Hobby Homies, and I think they're usually pretty sick.
Yeah, man, it's normally like a box of miniatures. This month's actually a board game. So
an entire board game, a good one. An
entire board game. Yeah, get around that. That's one that we spoke about last week on the board games episode.
Yeah. And so the $5 tier, you get free entry into every future monthly giveaway we have, basically.
Yeah.
So every monthly giveaway usually has something that you need to do to enter. It might be like, share, comment, subscribe, whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're in the $5 tier, you're just entered. You don't have to jump through any hoops. You don't have to do nothing fancy.
No, automatic entry.
You also get a shout out.
Yep.
A one-time shout out. So we thank you because, you deserve it.
Absolutely.
You've joined the Hobby Homies. We do thank you. We just want to do it in person. Is that the right word?
No.
Not during the current global climate.
Exactly.
Exactly. We'll do it on the interwebs.
Yeah, the closest we'll get is we'll shout across the street. So
that's 1.5 meters away.
Rock Lobster. Thanks. I think you heard me.
Yeah.
So that's our that's our $5 tier. That's our main homie. Yeah, my neighbor's like, dude, who's called Brock Lobster? And why is he getting thanked?
I think I'll name my son Brock Lobster.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I'm going to hold you to that, dude, because you've actually got a son and or daughter on the way. So
hopefully not and. Hopefully not and, but
it's still being called Brock.
You kind of assumed it.
Brock Lobster.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, $1 tier is bragging rights, and you're flicking $1 our way, which we appreciate. Like a lot. So thank you.
Absolutely. Every dollar counts, really.
Yeah, totally. Our $5 tier, the main homies, you get a shout out and automatic entry to our monthly giveaways. So you don't have to jump through no hoops. And our OG homie, at $10 per month, our premium tier, I mean, you get to be called an OG.
Yeah.
And I think that's worth $10.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently not. So we're giving you extra stuff. So you get a on-air shout out every episode. Because every episode is because of you. You also get automatic entry to our monthly giveaways as well. And this personalized mini, which we will paint. We'll shoot you out an email that says, hey, what colors do you want? What inspiration do you want us to use? You might not pick colors. You might just say, I would like it as the South Micronesian jellyfish's tentacles on a summer evening's sunset. And we'll go, you know what? No. Give us a bit more specific.
Be more specific.
No, whatever inspiration you want us to use, we will. We're always going to throw a little bit of a Hobby Homies flair in there.
Yeah.
So that might be a shoulder pad with our logo on it or something small like that.
Yeah.
And again, we'll ship it to your door for free if you're in Australia or New Zealand. If you're international, we'll work out what the difference. We'll talk to you.
Yeah, we'll chat about it, via Patreon or email or whatever.
Because, if you're on a trip, like a 6-month ecological analysis stay in the Antarctic, it might get expensive. And I'm going to be honest with you, we don't want to pay that.
Look, FedEx and DHL, they deliver anywhere, but don't think Antarctica.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we'll talk. We'll talk when it happens.
Yeah.
We're so thankful for all of you. Thank you so much. Hopefully we've given you some hobby motivation.
That's it. Hopefully you can, bust out of that rut you might be in, or as Fox said earlier, a hobby hole.
A hobby hole.
Which is not as pleasing as it sounds.
Not as fun as it sounds. Definitely not.
No. And paint some minis. We're all stuck inside, especially this weekend, which is a long weekend. I know if I wasn't stuck inside, I'd probably be camping or something. So may as well make the most of it. We're all just sitting inside doing nothing, so may as well paint some minis. At least the missus can't yell at you and say, all you do is sit there and fucking don't help me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now she'll say, all you do is sit there and paint minis.
Exactly.
And honestly, that's a big upgrade.
Yeah. I'll take that.
At the end of the day, you've got an angry missus regardless, but you also have painted minis. So, again, if you're not a big Discord user, we understand. But if you use it anyways, jump in our Discord. Like, we're always in there. Even now, we're talking shop.
Yeah.
Actually, where are all the boys at? Hey, nice, Shane. What beer is that? That looks like a. Don't tell me. That's a Carlton Dry.
Dry. Man, it's a dry.
It's in a stubby holder, but it's a dry. I can tell. I thought that was a stubby holder, but that's an actual Jack Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
On Churchy's post there.
Jack Daniels, it is.
Jack Daniels drinking the Jack Daniels.
Yeah, exactly.
JD drinking JD.
I mean, I expected as much. Yeah. Harrison Solo said, enjoy. Appreciate you, Harrison. Appreciate you. Also a patron of us.
He is.
You're our first $1 Patreon, so you get a free shout out. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's not free. It costs you $1.
But no, he's a bit of a homie anyway. Harrison's.
Yeah, he is a homie.
He's a good
He was
bloke.
a homie before he threw coins at us, so we appreciate you, Harrison.
I reckon he's been there since like day one.
Yeah, day one. Him and Final Dinosaur, and not a Patreon, but also a big fan of ours, Test Dummy.
Test Dummy.
Shout out to Test Dummy.
The boy.
So we appreciate you as well, Test Dummy. We've just got a good crew.
He was the winner of our last giveaway, man.
He was. That's cool. He should have received those by now. I better chat to him.
And to tie back into what Fox was just saying about the Discord, the crew is growing, and it is a really good time to get in the Discord. Like, it's steadily growing, and a lot of people are like just starting to chat on there, and it's really cool to see. And Shane was saying as well, the boys are getting some games going and stuff. So
we'll get some streaming hopefully going soon. We've had a bit of a test with that as well.
I was playing a board game with the boss. She was on actually the laptop I'm using right now, and I was on my desktop, and we were playing photosynthesis, and I messaged Foxy and I said, "Can you jump in and just watch our game because I'm streaming it as a trial?" And it was going all right.
Yeah, it was pretty good. The quality was pretty good.
Wasn't too laggy.
No, it was fine. I just boosted the server too, so we've got HD now on our streams, which is nice.
Big.
So that'll be good.
So good.
But yeah, jump in here, have a chat. We've got it on our phones. This is Facebook is good if you want to like contact us and make sure we get it because it'll pop up on our phone. But we're checking the Discord. Like it's a notification. I've got no choice.
Yep.
And we've got a few different channels in there. So if you're just into 40K, you can jump into that channel. If you're just into AOS, Star Wars Legion, RPGs, board games, bots and admin. Okay, probably not that one. We've got information on our giveaways. Yeah, events. The Hobby Lobby is where all the banter happens. So it's happening.
Love the Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, that's the go-to. In fact, I'm going to post a GIF in here right now. Trending GIFs. Good Friday. Happy Siblings Day. Didn't know it was Siblings Day. Thank you, farmers. You know what? Thank you, farmers.
Yeah. Let's have boys.
Let's take a moment. Let's have a minute of silence for the farmers now. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, well, that'll about do it, boys, I think.
Yeah, let's do it. I've slapped these beers. I'm going to have to go get another slab, to be honest. Thank you, patrons. Just kidding.
Not yet. Maybe one day.
yeah, true. Let's just try and get the lights on in this bitch.
Lights, then beer.
You poor soul.
Sometimes I like to go to Shane's house just to see what it's like to hobby in a lit room.
Oh, dude, you wouldn't believe what you can see.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
If you ever wonder why my paint jobs are so terrible, now you know.
Shane, I bet it's an illuminating experience.
He doesn't say much, but when he does, oh my God.
It's a zinger.
It's a Hungry Jack's zinger. All right, fam.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning into this week in the Hobby Corner. What are you doing next week, man?
True.
I think it might be like a 40K episode, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Catch up.
That's true. I think 40K probably.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can, do some more 40K hobby. We'll do some tabletop simulator. Yeah, let's see where the week takes us.
That's it, man. That's it.
Well, stay safe and hobby hard, friends.
Yeah, don't forget, wash your hands and stay safe out there.
And wash your resin minis.
Oh, yeah, don't forget that because it uses some sort of like mold.
Okay, let's not get into that. That's a whole another episode.
All right, well, that'll do it, guys.
Toodles.
Peace. What are we fucking waiting for?
We're waiting for something, and it arrived in a timely fashion.